Good morning everyone. Today I will discuss a new chapter with you, that is why do we fall ill. It is of biology. In the chapter why do we fall ill itself it is a big question, that why do we fall ill, and nowadays due to corona it is very common question that we have to ask from ourselves, why do we fall ill. So this one is going to be very interesting because this chapter is related to the today's scenario. So what happened in it? Basically, why do we fall ill? Before discussing it, we should know about some terms, like the very first term, that is health. What is health? Health, what does it mean? So it is very important to know what is health. Actually, we heard a lot of time about this word, like in a class, I am a teacher, so I can say to a student that your behavior is not healthy. When I will talk about my elders, then I can say that my mother or my grandmother, she is not healthy. So health, it is a word which does not only and only have a single meaning. It does not contain a single meaning. Actually, it refers to different condition. Like when a teacher says in a class that a student's behavior is not healthy, then it does not mean that the teacher is trying to say that the student is ill. No, it does not mean that. So sometimes the healthy word is used for a different condition and sometime in a totally different condition, like in the case of grandmother. If my grandmother is able to do her own work, then I will say she is healthy. Even she cannot run, even she cannot jump. So every condition, every person has a different meaning for health. So that's why according to WHO, the definition of health is, it is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So it is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. That means health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. That means if we say that a person is healthy, so he or she should be physically fit, he or she should be mentally fit, he or she should be socially fit. So there are three areas in the health: physical, mental and social. So when a person is physically, mentally and socially fit, then the person is said to be healthy. And in that case, I want to tell you that in this health, personal as well as community issue both matters, because personal issues matter because a physical area is related to the definition of health. Community issues matter because social area is also related to the health. So if a person is healthy, so it's personal and community, both environment will work on that. That means both environment explain, or both environment is important for making a person healthy. There are some conditions which are essential for good health. That means if we want to know that how a person can be healthy, so there are some conditions. Clean surroundings. Clean surroundings means our personal as well as our community area, it should be very much clean. A better sanitization should be there. A better condition, that means a better cleaning should be of our body as well as of our surroundings. Second one is availability of clean drinking water. If we have an availability of clean drinking water, that means it affects a lot on our physical health. Availability of adequate nutritious food. If we take a nutritious food, then it makes our body healthy, and when our body will become healthy and we feel that we are fit, then in that condition our mental status will also be fit. And if we are mentally fit, physically fit, then we behave in a very good manner to the other. That means we are socially fit. So in that case, availability of adequate nutritious food is also a good condition, is also a necessary condition for good health. And not but the least, social equality and harmony. That means how we are behaving with others in our social area, that is again very important point for describing the health. So these are the points which are important, which are essential for good health. Now we are talking about the health, and in the area of health, physical, mental and social, three areas are there. But if we discuss only and only about the physical area of a person, that means if I am talking about only and only about my body, not about my mental, not about my social health, so that is known as disease. Disease, that means, disease means dis-easy, dis-ease. When a person is not feeling easy, if a person is not feeling comfortable, if a person is not very much comfortable from the surroundings or any condition may be, but the person is not feeling easy, then that is known as disease. A condition of the body or some part or organ of the body in which its functions are disturbed or deranged. That means if a person is having any disturbance in any body part, in any body function, any deranged area of any body function or any body part is not functioning properly, any condition is not taking part or is not going on normally, so that condition, that is known as disease. But it is only and only refer to my health, that means my physical health, not mentally and not socially, so that is known as disease. So here there is a clear cut difference between the health and disease, a clear cut difference between health and disease. What is that? Basically, health refers to physical, mental and social, but disease refers to only and only physical health. Second point of the difference between healthy and disease free, a healthy person perform well in each and every condition because that know how to balance mentally and how to balance socially, so that person can behave very well in every condition. Whereas a disease free person may or may not have good health. That means he or she can perform well in any situation or cannot perform well in that situation. So there is a difference between healthy and disease free. And the third difference between it, that a disease free person refers to only and only individual. That means disease free is the condition which refers to only and only individual, but a healthy condition refers to individual as well as its social as well as its mental behavior. Another thing that I want to share with you, that if a person is having disease, then how do that person knows that I am having a kind of disease? That means, what does disease look like? What does disease look like? So when we go to the doctor and we are having any kind of problem, then we normally discuss with doctor that we are having headache, we are having stomach ache, or we are having body ache, or we are feeling vomiting or any other condition. So there are some indications which tells us that we are not easy, and these indications are known as symptoms. So how do we know that we are having disease? With the help of symptoms. And these symptoms these symptoms are just the indication of disease, but they do not tell us that what disease we have. These are just a kind of indication. So symptoms are the indication which tells us that we are having disease, and on the basis of these symptoms we go to the doctor prescribe us some test, and on the basis of the result of that test we will be able to know that what kind of disease we have, the particular disease. So finally we can say that symptoms just indicate the disease, but sign indicate which one disease is in our body. That means by which disease we are suffering from. So finally we can say that a disease can be identified on the basis of symptoms and sign. Okay, this one is the topic that I want to discuss with you in the first session of why do we fall ill. The next topic we will discuss in our next session. Till then, have a nice day. Goodbye.